Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Want to talk about the 2020 NBA All-Star Game and how it was played with a target score instead of a total game clock. And the target score was set at 157 points, so the first team to score 157 points was declared the winner. And keep in mind, this All-Star Game was dedicated to Kobe Bryant, who, as we've been talking about, died on his 157th day of his age, January 26, 2020, born August 23rd. And not only did he die on his 157th day of his age, but in Gematria, the name Kobe Bryant equals 157. We've been talking about this non-stop, all the rituals with 157 and Kobe Bryant's death. Now the All-Star Game dedicated to him, set at a target score of 157 points. Before we go any further, I just want to remind people, The Black Mamba, the movie, starring Kanye West and Kobe Bryant as well as Bruce Willis. It ends with an exploding helicopter. The caption at the top of that film is, well, that made it even smaller. Let me see if I can zoom it in here. You lose this road game. There we go. You lose this road game, you don't go home. And never mind that the Lakers lost a road game to Philly where LeBron passed Kobe in all-time points scored the day before, Kobe's hometown, a 1 in 82 chance. But with regards to that caption, you lose this road game, you don't go home, it equals 157, like accident, like Kobe Bryant. Like how the day of his death, the Grammys were at the Staples Center, and Staples Center is 157, and his father's nickname, Jellybean, Joe Jellybean Bryant, Jellybean 157. Again, 157 is the 37th prime, like Bryant's also 37, like Los Angeles is 37. And again, from Kobe's birthday, August 23rd, to his death, January 26th, was his 157th day of his age. Kobe Bryant, 157. So they set the target score at 157. And Team LeBron beats Team Giannis, a name that looks a lot like Gianna, Kobe's daughter. Final score 157-155. And look at the points by quarter. Team LeBron scores 53 points in the first quarter. Los Angeles equals 53. Remember Super Bowl 53? We told you before the season began the Patriots would defeat Los Angeles. Patriots 53, Los Angeles 53. It's the 16th prime. 16 points scored. When you write out 6 as a word, it equals 16. Brady gets number 6. So 53 points to 41. LA is 41. Kobe Bryant's also 41. Again, for people who are new here, we've done this about 1,000 times in recent weeks, but we'll do it one more time. There are 4 base ciphers. You have to know all 4. Kobe Bryant equals 113 with the alphabetic order, 41 with the alphabetic order in rules numerology, dead at age 41, 157 with the reverse alphabetic order, and 58 with the reverse alphabetic order in rules numerology. Now again, Michael Jordan's 113. The National Basketball Association's 113. Kobe was drafted in round 1, 13th pick overall. He made his debut in the NBA November 3rd, 11/3. The day he died, January 26th, on the Julian calendar, that's January 13th, 113. Kobe Bryant's chopper took off at 9:06, and the 911 call was made for the crash at 9:47, 41 minutes later, according to the mainstream. We know 157 well. And you know what? For another 157, the day that Kobe died, the first ever Scottish WWE wrestler won the Royal Rumble. His name was Drew McIntyre, 157. This was the 33rd Royal Rumble. Kobe equals 33. Remember, the Clippers picked up their 33rd win the day Kobe died by beating the Magic. Magic's 33. Of course, when you think Magic, you think Lakers. And came 33 weeks and 3 days after Drew McIntyre's birthday. Again, the entire world of sports entertainment is a rigged script. Remember, just days before Drew McIntyre became the first Scotsman to win the Royal Rumble, the only Scotsman to ever play in the NBA died, Robert Archibald. He was the only Scot to ever play in the NBA. And I had told people to circle this date a month in advance because it was the date with 44 and 64 numerology. They mentioned that the only Scot to ever play in the NBA played in 44 NBA games. Every single month when the one day rolls around with the 6444 numerology, you see celebrity death. People from the world of entertainment. It's clockwork. Happens every single month. This month it'll be February 22nd. And again, kills 44 with the alphabetic order, 64 with the reverse. Next video I'll be doing is on the Lupercalia deaths this year. Lupercalia begins on the 44th day of the year. Lupercalia equals 44 and 64. There's a number of them in the headlines, now including a 15-year-old Disney actress. So, again, you learn the numbers, you see through the rituals. A dead Scottish NBA player, first Scotsman, wins the Royal Rumble, who has the same number that connects to Kobe Bryant's death that day. That's now the number set for the All-Star game. And again, just look at the scoring. 53 in the first quarter, 30 in the second. Kobe Bryant equals 113, which is the 30th prime. 41 points in the third quarter. Kobe Bryant 41. 33 points in the fourth quarter. Kobe 33. Team Giannis scores 41. Kobe Bryant. 51 in the second quarter. Helicopter 51. 41 in the third. Kobe Bryant again. 22 in the fourth. Basketball 22. Remember when David Stern died on January 1st, 2020, a date with 22 numerology? I said, just watch. His death will be synced up with the rigged return of Zion Williamson. Sure enough, Zion returns on the 22nd of January, scores 22 points, basketball 22. He scores 17 straight in the fourth quarter, Zion 17. And that brings me back to here. I forgot to cover the 58. The day that Kobe died, Zion played in his third career NBA game. And by the end of that game, he had 58 total points scored in the NBA between his three games. Remember, Los Angeles Lakers is 58, Freemasonry is 58, Rosicrucians 58, Secret Society's 58, the real King James died at age 58 unexpectedly. LeBron, King James had passed Kobe the day before in his hometown of Philadelphia, which is a town that gets its name from the Bible. Biblical name, Tetragrammaton. It's the four-letter name of God. Tetragrammaton's 58. LeBron pushed Kobe to fourth in scoring by passing him. All ritual, all numbers. So how about the guy who got the All-Star, Kawhi Leonard of the Los Angeles Clippers, who's from Los Angeles, who once upon a time his father was murdered by the numbers for his NBA career, shot at a car wash, which we've covered in the past. Look at what Kawhi did. He hit 8 three-pointers. So Kobe wore number 8. What's 8 times 3? 24. Kobe wore number 24. Don't forget how last year we showed every single game the Raptors would win in their series that ended against the 76ers with the ball bouncing all over before it finally went down for Kawhi. He hit the shot that Vince Carter couldn't make 20 years earlier against the 76ers. By the way, last year was the Raptors' 24th season. Canada equals 24. Then you had a record number of Canadians in the NBA draft. But last year, if you go back and measure from Kawhi's birthday to each game that the Raptors won against the 76ers, and you get the prime number relationship for that distance from his birthday to the game, you'll see that each win that they picked up was the prime number relationship with his distance and birthdays. We killed that series because we saw how the whole series was mapped out that way with Kawhi. And that's part of what made it clear that the entire NBA playoffs were mapped out around Kawhi Leonard last year. So anyway, they used technology in these games to ensure outcomes. Kawhi's shot last year to beat the 76ers that bounced all over the place was a shining example. And look at this. From the All-Star game to Kawhi's birthday, span of 135 days, like Kobe Bryant's 135. Like how Kobe died 135 days from Kanye West's birthday, and Kanye West is in the film with the predictive programming for the helicopter destruction. And by the way, where Kobe's helicopter crashed, it wasn't far from Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's house. And Kardashian also sums to 41 like LA. Go figure. Kawhi scored 30 points total in the game. Again, Kobe Bryant 113, the 30th prime. He wears the number 2 for the Clippers, like Gianna Bryant wore 2. Don't forget Gianna Bryant equals 126, like how they crashed on 126. And also notice, this was the first ever year that they wore a 6-pointed star. And it's not exactly the same as the Star of David, obviously, but it's very similar. And it also, to me, kind of reminds of the Toronto Maple Leaf. since Toronto won the finals last year, and, Kawhi on Toronto. Remember, this is the 74th NBA season. The six-pointed star is the symbol of Zionist Israel. Jewish is 74, Zion Williamson 74. This is the 74th NBA season. It's no secret who runs the NBA. Adam Silver passed the torch on to David Silver. Did I say Adam Silver? Adam Stern passed the torch on to David Silver. Silver equals 77, like Judaism, like Zionist. And David Stern just died at 77 by the numbers. Look at this picture with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Isn't it perfect? Because this year's captains for the All-Star Games were LeBron for the Lakers and Giannis for the Bucks, the two teams that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played for. Abdul-Jabbar's 74, like the 74th NBA season. Abdul-Jabbar's the all-time points leader in the NBA. LeBron passes Kobe. The next day, Kobe dies. Points scored. His daughter Gianna looks a lot like Giannis. Now you get this all-star game. Giannis is the captain versus LeBron. LeBron wins. If you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Abdul-Jabbar's 223, like Philadelphia, like the Synagogue of Satan. The letters written to the Church of Philadelphia in Revelation of the Bible about the Synagogue of Satan. Revelation also teaches about 666. Kobe Bean Bryant scored 81 points in his 666th career game. Kobe Bean Bryant equals 81 as well. He had the 666 workout. Helicopter equals 666. Here is wisdom. Person with wisdom knows how to calculate the number of the beast. That's what I'm teaching you. Do you want wisdom or not? All the people who come here and denounce this, you just know those are unwise people. Those are clowns. Those are fools. Those are people who lack wisdom. People with wisdom recognize this knowledge because it's undeniable. Only a fool can't see it. Unfortunately, it's a world of fools. It's why sports stadiums have people in them. There's no one at a sports stadium who's anything but a fool. Only fools attend sports games in 2020. These games are pathetic. They're beyond obviously rigged, especially the NBA. Most sports fans know that the NBA is a joke, but still not all. And when you learn this knowledge, you see exactly how it's all put together, to mock every inch of your existence. Technology ensures the perfectly scripted outcomes. And realize the kind of world we live in, too. Robert Archibald was murdered days before Kobe Bryant. Nobody cared about Robert Archibald's death. So why do people care about Kobe Bryant's death? Again, because of the programming. Because of the idol worship. Kobe Bryant was made to be something greater in the minds of the sleeping masses than Robert Archibald, who didn't even get to live as long as Kobe, dead at 39. How many books in the Old Testament? Again, this whole practice of letters and numbers comes from Jewish mysticism, which is Kabbalah. Kabbalah states God created the world with letters, numbers, and words. God equals 26, like Bryant. The four-letter name of God, the Tetragrammaton, the four letters equal 26. Bryant dead on the 26th, the anniversary of the death of Bear Bryant. Bear equals 26, Bryant 26, flip the alphabetic order around. Bryant equals 37, Kobe dies 37 years after Bear Bryant, who died in 1983. He was a football coach, football's 83. When Nick Saban tied Bear Bryant with his 6th championship the other year, he did it scoring 26 points. The final touchdown was caught by number 6 on a pass from number 13 that was a 41-yard pass. 41's the 13th prime, 13's the 6th prime. Kobe dead at 41, his daughter dead at 13. Until next time, True Seeker.